Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Vermont Mountainside Beekeeping with Farmer James. Yes, today I'm installing packages. They're all lined up, ready to go. I got them sitting above the nukes right now. And before I get going, I just wanted to say thank you, folks, for stopping in, listening in, stopping by. Let me get this tripod right. Stopping by and just taking a minute of your time just to see what I'm doing. This is what I do. This is how I'm going to install packages. These packages came from California from Oliver Rise Bees. These are good bees. As I said, folks, I'm looking for bees that are good for the mountains of Vermont versus, let's say, the southern chapter. All you folks down there say, hey, what's going on down south? Long story short, these are Saskatraz, as I mentioned. I have colonies already going on this side of town, and now I'm going to be installing on this side of town. So this is what I'm going to do. Oh, sorry for dancing around. So I got some dry bee pollen. I'm going to mix with the Dr. Carlson's Complete. Again, I'm not getting any kind of thing from them for doing it, but I like using it. So this is my dry pollen powder that I'm going to mix. I'm going to make my own soft patties, and then I'm going to throw on some Super DFM on the colonies to just give them a head start, to give these packages something to jump off of. So yeah, just tune in, folks. Welcome. I'm going to just start mixing up, and then I'm going to go over and start installing these packages. So just bear with me as I get ready to go. Hey, we're back. So yep, packages are ready. They're set up. Smoker going just to calm them down. So just giving them a little smoke and getting ready to put these in their new home. So each of them will have a caged queen, and that's the advantage for new beekeepers. You get to see how that queen progresses and so forth and so on. So there's a mated queen with a bunch of mixed bees from various colonies that they were, dumped in with that mated queen. So the advantages of a package of bees for all you new beekeepers is you get to see the colonies start from beginning and hopefully finish off a good season, but it takes longer for them to build up wax, so there's a lot of bare foundation, and I was lucky enough to have comb from my dead house to give them to get a good start. So those are the pluses and minuses of having a dead out, but also you have resources to get new packages going. So if you don't have comb, you're going to put in a bunch of bare foundation, and it's always suggested to do 1-to-1 syrup or some thin syrup just to get them going and get them building out that wax, drawing out that wax comb, as well as feeding them a lot of protein to boost them up with a little bit of dry pollen, and also you got, like I said, that sugar syrup. But because I have comb, I have resources already, I'm just going to drop off a bunch of the Super DFM blend with the high rocket fuel protein, as well as, I didn't mention, raw honey. So I didn't want to waste time mixing that up. So let's get going and let's get in these packages. Let's not waste any more time. It's chilly out here. It's 40-something degrees. And I just want to see what's going on in these bees. So typically what a lot of people like to do is give a shake. And I left my hive tool. So where did I set my hive tool? Oh, there it is. All ready to go, folks. So my hive tool's handy. I'm ready to go. This is our first package of bees. And these slide right off. Use both your fingers and this is what happens. So you'll get something like that if you get packaged bees, showing you where they came from, origination date. Then you have a can of syrup for you new beekeepers, and that's that queen. So as I look inside, I see a small cluster of bees gathered around the can inside of here. So not a lot of bees, but let's get ready to go in this hive and see what's going on. All right. Enough of me talking, and let's see what we got going on. So I could already see that there's a very small cluster, not a lot of bees. I put 4 frames in this box so that I can basically get an idea of how they're going to build up. So stop bouncing around. So I got 4 frames in this bee cavity right here, and I'm going to try to center that queen in And it's kind of a cool day, so I'm not going to really do too much. I'll give them a little bit of smoke. And they don't really sound too active, so I'm not going to really bother them that much. So my package right over this box right here is all you new beekeepers. This is what I like to do. I left the open centered. Again, there's 4 frames. So I'm going to give a little shakedown like that. Sorry about that, ladies. And I already know where my queen is, so I'm going to look for that and try to get that out in a hurry and get her out in a hurry. And we do have a few bees. So I'm going to inspect that queen. And she's moving around pretty good in there. I don't know if you could see her, but she's making her debut and she's trying to move around, which is good. So she's alive, and you can see the wax build up, because that's what they've been doing, is building wax. So I peeled off that little pink cap that was on top, and like I said, I'm going to center this queen in between here. So by doing that, just do this, put the frames right around. Then the next thing I'll probably do, which is a very easy thing, and that is let out the bees. You can do it 2 ways. Some people open up the top and dump them in, or there's this little sliding door right on the side, right here. So you have 2 options that you could do. But what I'm going to try to do is first see if I can get the bees to fall down, or let's see, fall out. So is this going to be easy or not? I think it is. But I need my hive tool. Pry it open. Is it going to work? Probably not. So we got to do it the old-fashioned way, because I was incorrect. So a little jolt like that. Get these bees down. A little jolt. And then I'm just going to turn it upside down first. Let them fall out. This is what I like to do. I like to use this lid as a shield, so that it basically kind of gives them the ability to go down. I'll let them go down. I'll let them do what they do in adjusting. And that's how I like to add my packages. The reason I'm not shaking them down is because they're going to go down anyway. They're going to surround that queen. Also, I'm going to leave this lid on for a few minutes while I go around to the other hives. Then I'll come back. By the time I come back, they should be mostly out of this package right here and down in this 4 frame, as they smell that honey that's down below. And as I scored it, they should also get a feeling about that. So that hive is done. We're just going to move on down the line to our next colony right here. Again, 4 frames in this one. Place the package of bees on the side. Get my smoker out of the way, just in case I need my smoker. I'm going to give them a little bit puff, just a little. But these bees are really calm, so I'm not going to waste that at all. I'm going to try to give them in their cavity. Again, there's 4 frames in each. They have resources on all these frames. So we have comb, we got dark comb, and boom, big frame of honey. So there are resources for the bees, so they shouldn't be hungry. And again, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I got 4 frames, and I'm going to place this queen right in the middle. And you can see, folks, right here, the bees are kind of adjusting. They're not really, flying all over the place. They're starting to go downward and surround that queen. So I'm going to place that lid back, and I'm going to leave them alone while we go on and we get ready for this other colony. So, yep, what I'm doing is scoring this crystallized honey with my hive tool, just so that they could smell it and start right on it, because these bees, I'm sure, are very hungry. Sugar syrup they got, I know, is good, but we want to add a little bit more sustenance. That honey I'm giving them, it's good honey. I know it's good honey because I really checked those dead outs. I had to make sure they didn't have any viruses or anything like that. Most of those colonies that I did take it from, basically, it was clusters size that really put them to bed. or actually to their demise. So again, a couple taps, not too hard, so I'm not trying to disturb them that much. I gently pull out my can, just like that. There are a lot of bees around that queen, so I'm going to quickly do this, quickly do that, and I dropped that. Did you see that? And I'm shaking bees off so you could see this queen here, and she's doing pretty good. She's dancing around. So again, take off the pink top, which I did. Queen is going around. Maybe you could hear her. She's making noise. The bees are making noise. They're telling me stop wasting time, Farmer James. And I don't want to waste any more time. So don't worry about those few bees. Again, place your queen facing downward towards the entrance. There are a lot of attendants, which are good. Supposedly, these are mostly bees that are nurse bees, as they say they ship. So I can see that. And again, let's give a tilt over. Let them do their thing as they come out. Again, the shield. So I'm going to prop it up like that. Again, folks, what I'm trying to do is create an external barrier so that they can do their cleansing flights and adjust to their new homes. And as we walk around, we'll see some of the bees on the dandelions. But these bees are going to be adjusting to their new home. So they're starting to come out. They're starting to adjust. They're starting to see the stores on that honey. They're starting to get an idea what's going on. The same with this colony, folks. They're coming out. They're checking. They're investigating. They're checking out that comb. So that's another great thing to have. If you got fresh comb, the bees really like that odor, obviously. If you don't, then what you want to try to do is, spray those foundation, those bare foundation, even though if it's heavy wax, give them a little bit of sugar syrup and stuff like that on there. And as I told you folks, after I go around and placing all of these packages in their new homes, I'm also going to spread right across the top of each of these frames a area and a nice dose of this nice blend here. And as again, this is that rocket fuel dry protein powder. And again, I'm giving that to the package bees. Try to give them a head start. They had a long journey from Cali, from Kentucky to me here in Vermont. So welcome again, folks, Farmer James, Vermont, mountain style beekeeping. Like, subscribe, share, let me know, leave your comments, let me know how you install packages. Let me know if you like packages as a replacement, or do you buy nukes because you want to get that honey production. And another thing about the package bees, there might not be honey production this year, but this year I'm really just hoping that the queens lay well, do well, and that they survive the winter. So those are things I'm looking for. But if I had nukes, folks, hey, it'd give me a head start. I already have brood. The queens are already established. They've given me the trait of how to survive a Vermont winter. So they're giving me those things as well as they're mite tolerant bees. So again, I'm going to go into package number 3. And like, subscribe, listen, share. Let me know. Leave in the comments what you do with your package bees. This is my little system. This is what I do. Like some people down south, they say, hey, don't listen to what I do, just watch what I do. And don't do what I do, because I do what I do. But this is Farmer James, Vermont Mountainside Beekeeping. Let's put some more package bees in here. Enough of me talking. Let's see some bees, folks. All right, so let's start with this next package. And again, it's 40-something degrees out here. It's not quite 50. The sun wants to come back out. I'm hoping it does come back out. Warm these girls up. Warm that queen up. And again, just checking them out. They're coming out pretty good. They're pretty calm. I'm not going to really bother them too much to try to force them in these bee boxes. So I'm going to let them acclimate on their own. I'm going to allow them to smell the honey on those frames and also that comb. So I'm going to set that lid aside, make sure my entrance is facing that way. And again, folks, just scoring that honey. All right, letting them get a smell of what they're going to start working on. And I left some bare comb in the middle with some resources give them something to eat, and that resource has got that comb. As you can see, I don't see anything that's showing disease on it. I'm going to score it as you see right there. Give them something to munch on. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, this one has a metal tab, folks. So I have a metal tab, as you can see, on the top right there, and that's where my queen is. All right, wipe off my tool. It has all the protein pollen patty blend, and I'm going to let it fall down. I'm trying to be gentle. As you can see, being gentle sometimes does not work. So let me be even more gentle than I am, not to disturb the bees. All right, so I did that. The ladies aren't happy. I'm going to try to take her out without any great confusion. And I have a different cage this time. And folks, there's a nice queen in here. All right, do you see her? She's dancing around. You might even hear her make some noise. She's a white dot, indicating 2026. She's a really nice queen. This one has a plug, so I'm going to have to pop out the plug, and I'm going to do it from down below. Nope, I'm going to do it from the top because that's where the faucet is. So, yeah, this one's not easy. I really like those queen cages that are plastic because it makes my job easier getting her out. As you can see, I'm not having a good time or easy time, but we've come prepared. So always have something pop that cork out. Do it carefully, that way you don't cut yourself. And man, a lot of wax that I got to scrape from around this because they're eating that sugar syrup. And again, a lot of these bees are young bees that are gathering, and also they're getting a lot of food in from those cans, and they almost drink it all. And man, this is not easy to get out, folks. So, any suggestions? I'm not sure. So I think the easiest thing to do is to keep trying, because I don't want her to come out in the other end because they might not accept her. So even though I'm a little anxious to get her out or get them eating, I don't want to jeopardize her. So we have bees that are coming. We have bees that are inspecting. Some of those are the bees that came with her. And man, what is going on? I tell you, this is not what I was hoping that would happen. So what am I going to do? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to place, folks, around this cork end because there's a hard, I can't get it off here. So I'm going to place some fondant on this end where the cork is, and they're going to chew to get out of that. All right, so that's what I did, folks. Right in here, I placed some of that protein powder blend, raw honey, and some of that complete. So because that cork is hard to get out based on this metal clip, I'm doing it that way. I am going to turn it that way as they eat through. They'll get to her. Fairly sized, nice sized packet. So again, because I don't have that fun plastic queen cage, this is how I'm doing. And I have her facing the entrance, so she's facing towards the sunrise. And again, I'm going to let these bees relax a little, but I'm going to give them a little bit of something to play with. So I'm going to dump something on here. Give them just something to stay on those while I do their thing. So the queen is in there, and what I'm going to do is just let the bees go see Her Majesty. So turning them upright, letting them have their sugar syrup. Again, using this lid as a shield. They should start working their way downward. They'll start working their way downward, folks. They'll start looking for the reserves. They'll start looking for Her Majesty. And I'm like doing it this way. It's not too aggressive. They've already gone through shaking a lot. They've already gone through their crazy trips. And when it's warmer, folks, I'll go through these bees. This group is from the first wave I'm trying to get to survive. I'm not sure if the queen did stress out real well on that first line. These are the new packages I just got. I am installing. So back there, you'll see all those colonies I'm getting ready to put in the 5-frame nukes. So yeah, folks, like, subscribe, give me a suggestion. Do you like the way that I'm doing with these bees? Do you like the way that I'm initiating them into their new homes? I'm trying to do it calm, and look, the bees are jumping all over it. They're getting on it. They're liking it. I like this idea. Can't see too much in there. So let's move this. And as you can see, folks, the bees are adapting. They're starting to do their little observation fly or orientation flight. So again, you know, not too aggressive. They've gone through a lot of stress. So I'm trying not to be too aggressive. Trying to be a little passive. So yeah, that's my way of putting packages in. I like to do it in 5-frame nukes. Helps me evaluate the queens to see what's going on in these colonies. I'm just veiled up because I tell you, when these packages come, you open them up and they're ready to do orientation flight. They're trying to adjust, man. They just want to land. They want to poop. They're just doing whatever. You know, so I'm just trying my best to be a great steward of the bees here in the Green Mountains of Vermont. It's a cloudy day. It's in the high 40s. It's still low, but it's kind of okay to put packages in. Not great day to do it, but just to put them in and not play around too much. So like, subscribe, leave your comments, let me, please share. And I tell you what, I'm just trying to do what I do, Farmer James Vermont style mountainside beekeeping. And you saw my packages, and next week you should tune in because we get to see how these packages grow. Mostly the bees that are over there, we get to see how they grow because they've been in boxes. The first 4 over there have been in boxes for at least 2 weeks. So I think the queen will be laying right now. And you heard that noise because there's a little breeze blowing. So, hey, Farmer James Vermont, like mountainside beekeeping. That's what I like doing. This is what I like being. All right, like, subscribe. Let me know. Leave something in the comments. Be well.